And I was not allowed to tell anyone I was Jewish.
And somehow I never let go of my weapon.
They hit the enemy where they can.
I'm a Negro, and I'm very
But
proud.
I remember the feeling that it left.
I lived on the shores of Pearl Harbor within a mile of the Arizona that you see behind me. Just before 8 o'clock in that morning, I had the chores of feeding the pigs, at my home. That's our farm. And all of a sudden, wow, the roars of the airplanes coming by, flying over real low, and we could almost see the pilots of these planes. And then we could see some funny looking red circles under the plane. And then we hear gunfire, explosions. And my parents always talked about maneuvers. So what we did, we ran down to the railroad track and watched. We watched like as if we were sitting in the front row of a theater. What we could see was the bombing, and where the Arizona was, we had the Oklahoma. I could see torpedo planes coming in, dropping torpedoes. And yet there were some that were coming in and just burning and smoking and blowing up in the air. Right now you can see that photo there. I live right on the shore. But anyway, the thing, I could see the planes like that, and all of a sudden, we could see smoke coming out from Arizona, dark smoke and fire, and then all of a sudden that loud explosion. That explosion was something you'll never forget. And then over to our right, we could see planes coming in, and straight up ahead, we could see planes coming in, attacking the airfield right straight ahead on Fort Island. And then to our left, we could see Hickam Field being hit by more planes. We saw dive bombers coming in and diving. Some of them couldn't make it, and they crash landed. And all while this was happening, there was a ship called the Nevada. She was berthed maybe 2 ships away from the Arizona. And the significance of this thing was the Nevada, it was burning. It was on fire. There was thick smoke. Planes were swooping in, strafing the ship. Dive bombers were coming in, trying to sink the ship, and a lot of the bombs hit the water. We could see all of those bombs coming in. And the guns were firing. And the ship was moving, and finally it beached down near the harbor entrance. You could see smoke. You can see the picture there, all the flak. But none of the planes were hit. Finally, word came by after watching for more than an hour. The word came that, hey, we're attacked. The Japanese had landed. And that's when we panicked. We ran up into the fields, up in the hills, a couple of miles away from us, hid out in the caves by the banana fields. And we watched, and we stayed there. It seemed like hours, but only about 2 hours had gone by. And then all of a sudden it was quiet. We came back home, and all we could see was smoke, fire, and explosions. And some of the photos that you saw, we had small boats circling around all the location where the Arizona was. What they were doing is picking up bodies and survivors and trying to rescue people if they had any. It was a sight and something that you could never forget.